Hey y'all, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Today is the third part of our 26-part series, FtM ABCs. And today, as you can see by the title, C is for coming out. Let's get it. So this video is going to be relatively short because there is some little tips and things I want you to think about before you come out. But in the end, when and how you come out is really up to you and when it's safe to do so. So the first thing I want to talk about is some things you should have in mind before you decide to take the leap and come out. So the first of those things is really to think about what you're asking when you come out. Because coming out isn't just telling, your parents, your siblings, your significant other, whoever, I am trans. It's also, requesting their support for you. And so, that can be a big deal, and if you don't think they're ready to be supportive of you, then maybe it's not time to come out to them just yet. You also have to be prepared to answer a lot of questions as a trans person once you're out. Especially because when you first come out, lots of people are going to have lots of questions about what does this mean in your case. And not only that, people in general, for the rest of your life, when they find out you're trans, are going to ask you all sorts of questions about your body and the LGBTQ community. Okay, so another thing you really need to take into account is it safe to come out? So if you're a youth and you don't think your family is going to be accepting, either maybe you wait until you're old enough to move out, or B, you can see if you have a backup plan. Do you have a friend that will let you move in with them? Do you have, an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent who will be supportive and already knows you're trans? And so you have to be, prepared to face some backlash if you don't think your family's going to be safe or accepting. Okay, so the second little part of this video is just going to be like actual ways to come out. So this first one, in my opinion, is the best one to do if you can, which is to sit down face to face in person and have a real conversation with your person that you're trying to come out to and be like, I am transgender, this is what that means for me, and just, being face to face gives you more opportunity to read the other person's body language and their emotions, so there's less guessing and surprising around how they're feeling. So if that freaks you out a little bit, you can do what 10-year-old me did, which was texted my family. It was kind of already obvious, and I only chose to do that because A, I was really awkward, and B, I think that I knew they already knew, and so I didn't feel like the necessity to do it in person. But really, I think that is the only situation you should do it in text, is if you can't do it in person, or it's a situation like that where they pretty much already know and you're just confirming that for them. So another great one if they live far away is actually to write a handwritten letter, like write one out about your new name or new pronouns, that you're trans, what that means for you, all of that, and just at the end just be like, I love you very much, and I would like to have your support throughout the rest of my life and throughout my transition. Because I think a handwritten note is a lot more meaningful to mail to them than an email or a text or something of that sort. So if you have that option, I would honestly recommend it. Okay, so moving on to some more funnier ideas and silly ways to come out if you know that you are safe and you're going to be accepted by whoever you're coming out to. So the first one is you could send them a silly little video, one of those songs that's I am trans, one of those. I always found those hilarious, and I feel like if you're safe enough to do so, you should totally, take that opportunity you have and run with it. Another way that I've seen some people come out is buying a shirt that just says I'm trans and I'm proud or something like that, and just wearing it, walking in their doors and wearing it for their family. And I think that's kind of cool because, now you have an awesome trans shirt to start your transition with, and also you just look rad and it's silly, it's just really good vibes. Okay, so the last thing I really want to touch on in this video is kind of the things you have to think about post coming out. So things that I even deal with to this day. So the first of those is going to be you don't come out once. You don't come out 5 times. You don't come out 36 times. You continue to come out for the rest of your life. I've been out as long as I remember pretty much, and I still have to come out over and over to this day, whether it's people you are dating, or if your legal name stuff hasn't been changed, or going to change your legal name stuff, doctors, if you make a really close friend, that's often something you want to share with them, just teachers sometimes, anything. is going to affect you, and it's going to stay with you for a really long time. And you need to be prepared to kind of deal with that fact that you are going to continue to come out for a great portion of your life. Another thing I really want you to take into account after coming out is, what is your plan? Okay, I want you, before you come out, to have an idea. Like, what is your goal? Is your goal just to come out, new name, new pronouns, you're happy? Or is your goal to go through top surgeries, bottom surgeries, hormone therapy, like, or, you know, obviously a combination of those in some way? Figuring out what your plan is beforehand is going to make it way easier when people have these questions coming to you. It's like, well, what do you want to do? You know, your parents maybe are like, well, how serious are you about this? You already have an answer for what you want to do with the rest of your life and the rest of your transition. Obviously, you don't need to have that set in stone, and that plan can change at any moment, but having an idea of what your goal is in that moment can be super helpful. So yeah, my takeaway for you is really just make sure you're safe before you come out, make a plan on your goals and what you want, and have some, you know, easy answers to questions you know are going to be asked, and then do it. Figure out how you're going to do it and come out, but only do it when you're ready, and, you know, please be careful. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later.